now, and now I'm 100% and fully focused on boxing and family.
Derek James, your trainer, said in an interview that you hit harder now after the accident than what you did before. Is that true, Errol?
I'm a little rejuvenated now, and I'm ready to get back in there, and I'm probably hitting hard now because I'm more excited now, and I'm ready to get back in the swing of things. I'm ready to fight, and I'm actually looking forward to a training camp, and looking forward to getting in the top shape and looking good, just like how I was when I was 5-0 and I was coming up the ranks, and I didn't have a world title yet, so. It feels real good just to be, 100%, refocused on boxing. But I respect his skill set. He got good skills, but I think I definitely stop him, especially how focused I am right now. Because, usually even the Shawn Porter fight, I was blowing up to like Shawn Porter and the Mike Garcia fight. Matter of fact, the Mike Garcia fight, the day of the weigh-ins, I had to sit in a sauna for like 2 hours. I didn't sweat.
Really?
And I had a sauna bag on and everything, and I didn't sweat till like probably an hour to being in the sauna, and I didn't sweat at all. Even the Shawn Porter fight, like I had blown up to like 190 or something like that, and then had to lose it all, then killing myself to make weight.
Why was that, Errol? Why was it? I mean, look, I know that your persons have gone up and stuff. I mean, is it that you're eating some really good steaks and some fine dining? I mean, is that why?
I'm just getting too comfortable. Getting way too comfortable. Eating a lot. Like I think Marvin Hagler one that said that it's hard to get up. When you're in silk sheets.
When you're sleeping in silk sheets and it's hard to wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. So, I feel like, my car accident was a wake up call from God, telling me to, really, focus and, bite down and, refocus on what's going on. And I feel like I wasn't as focused as I am now. Like, it's kind of like from the Kell Brook fight or before that, like, how focused I am now. Like, I'm really trying to put my all into it because I got a lot of stuff to prove people wrong. It's a lot of things that people been saying and, YouTube, or is he still going to be the same? Can he fight the same? Is his reflex still going to be the same? So I still got a lot to prove that in the ring and to prove to other people that, I'm still the same Errol Spence.
I had blown those like 190 or something like that.
We unpack. We unpack, coming to you live, Boxing Ego unpack, yeah. We unpack. We unpack, coming to you live. Wow, Errol Spence reveals that he got as high as 190 pounds in his off season before the accident. We're going to talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel when you guys click on that link. Appreciate everybody that signed up. Get the ESPN Plus bundle. That's the new directive. There are no live sports currently, as you guys know. So the latest directive is the ESPN Plus bundle. That includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three apps. One price, $12.99 a month. I personally have all three, and it could help you during this time, this pandemic, where a lot of us are quarantined, sent away from work, and allowed to be at home, people getting a stimulus check. So if you want to support the channel, that's one good way, and also give some content for yourself and your family. Another good way to support the channel, sign up to the Patreon. I just revamped it, it's all fresh, or join with YouTube. Make sure you guys do that because I'm moving and shifting some of the content from here, the regular platform, and making it exclusive on those two extensions of the Eagles Army, Boxing Ego La Familia. Appreciate you guys. Smash the like button. That also helps the channel. And let's get into it. Now, Errol Spence Jr., I'll put the clip in the beginning. He says that he got up to 190 pounds prior to his accident. And the accident was something that some people don't walk away from. So he's lucky and fortunate to just, you know, be here and breathing and really even able to continue his career and compete. And he said that, you know, he's thanked God since then. And he said he has been given a second chance and he's not going to blow it. And one of the things he's worried about or concentrating, I guess not worried about, concentrating more on is keeping his weight down. So he did that Instagram live and he revealed that. And I was like, man, the game is different, because Mike Tyson's old trainer said Mike Tyson would destroy Wilder in one round. You know, I made a video about it. Check that video out. But one thing he was complaining about is this generation versus the previous generation, Finnick. And I didn't agree with some aspect. I don't think he said Tyson Fury at age 50 whatever can come out of retirement right now and whoop Wilder in a minute or in a round or something like that. And I think that's a little bit extreme. You know, we're still talking about an active in prime heavyweight. You know, that counts for something. But one thing he was complaining about that I did agree with was he was just basically saying the difference is the old school fighters, they didn't have all the strength and conditioning and things like that, yet they had great stamina and heart and will and didn't get tired the same. They can do 15 rounders because, you know, that's what they had back then. You know, when Muhammad Ali was fighting Frazier and stuff, 15 rounders, right? So I thought that was a pretty interesting point. And then I had this video that I had to make, and I kind of put the two together. So I was like, man, I got to make this video. So Errol Spence said he got up to about 190. You know, and that's a lot of weight based on the frame and stuff like that. And it's crazy because I see Errol Spence at events and he don't look like, you know what I'm saying? He don't look like Ricky Hatton used to get and look sloppy. You know what I'm saying? He would gain weight and just look like he's just doing whatever. But Errol Spence, he's always like, he looks like he's in shape, but he just gets bigger. You know what I'm saying? And these weight cuts is crazy. But Errol Spence, you guys will see, he said that both for the Mikey Garcia fight, and he came in a pound. I was at that fight and the Sean Porter fight. He came in about a pound under the 147 weight limit. And he says he put a sauna suit on and he wasn't even sweating. It like took an hour to sweat and stuff. So that means you're basically dehydrated. So, you know, we know that what boxers go through and UFC fighters and stuff in order to make weight, but that dehydration is crazy, and the older you get, the more you have to watch things like that. So I think that was an interesting reveal. He did say that he's taking a look at that and he doesn't want to go back up in weight so much in his offseason, and I think that's a wise choice from Errol Spence. So I like the fact that he's learning and he's learning on the job and at least can admit, because that is a lot for welterweight, because there's only, I could think of 3 fighters that are all throwback fighters, and most of them are retired or semi-retired, and they're the only ones that kind of stay true to their fight night weight. You know, close to Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Bernard Hopkins. You know, this other generation, a lot of people, they just come in at whatever to make the weight, but in their off season, they just be weighing all types of weights. And I think that's one thing the game is missing. Certain things is maybe the training. I don't know. It's really hard to quantify. I think there's a couple of differences from the old school to the new school. Like you got guys like Canelo, great fighter, but his stamina has looked suspect in certain fights, things like that. And it's just weird because it's like fighters are getting paid more than they've ever received in past generations, and I'm sure that makes some of the old throwback fighters who had broken jaws and 15 rounders and stuff and didn't get compensated right, or now broke, you know, it makes them probably envious of that. So I really want this younger generation to take this thing serious. Boxing is no laughing matter. Boxing is absolutely serious. You gotta just take it serious, you know, because boxing, you don't play boxing. It's not a team sport like that. You can have a trainer give you a game plan, all that stuff, but that don't mean nothing when you're in the ring and somebody trying to knock your head off. You know, then you got to make the right decisions at the right time. So I do like Errol Spence's growth, that he had at least acknowledges that, you know, and publicly he can admit that he was kind of high because people, they already talked about this. They said guys like Broner, Errol, and Gervonta Davis would gain weight and said, they would say, oh, that's too much weight, or look at him. And that's what boxers, they don't well, I guess they understand it, but maybe they don't care. You gotta, I feel both ways though, because I know boxers and stuff and what they put themselves through. So when you don't have a training camp, you want to eat out, you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to enjoy life and stuff, because when it comes to a fight camp, they go on lockdown, and it's supreme deprivation, dehydration. Your nutrition has to be on point. You got to put away like red meats and stuff like that, or limit how much you have, limit your sodium, limit your water consumption, closer to the fight. It's just a lot that goes into it. Take scalding hot baths. So from that point, I can relate and I understand why fighters, like, you look at Tim Bradley was the same person. I don't know why no one brings that up, but Tim Bradley be ripped as hell for his fights, but then his off season, he would just look muscular, but just big. He just looked hella big. I remember he was about to fight Juan Manuel Marquez, and Bradley just looked huge. They did like a little HBO behind the scene green screen promo. They were making posters and stuff, and Bradley looked kind of big. Like, he just looked a lot bigger. He was definitely not 147. So, on that note, I can relate. But these guys at the top level, like the Spences and the Bradley, you're touching M's, like Danny Jacobs say. And it comes with the territory. This is the life you chose, and you have to have that type of discipline. Discipline, if it was so easy, everybody would have it. But discipline ain't easy. It ain't easy to wake up and go running or eat bland foods, or the days you don't want to go to the gym, still go to the gym, or when you have a headache, spar still. But again, this is the life you choose, and this is what makes greatness. So I'm glad that Errol Spence is at least looking at these things and making these adjustments, because the good thing about Errol Spence is when you have a problem, the first step is acknowledging that you have a problem. So if he felt that his weight was climbing a little bit too high and he wants to control that, then that's a step in the right direction. He has a very good team and he's a very good fighter. But I know some people's debate for why Terrence Crawford would win against Errol Spence has more to do with not that they're not evenly matched, but it's extracurricular stuff, and that's not, I'm not saying my opinion. I'm saying opinions that I've seen and people I've talked to, in the game and stuff. They've told me that even Floyd Mayweather's dude, Nate, he said something like Crawford's super disciplined, and he said he don't feel Errol Spence is as disciplined. This is an old interview you guys can find. So it's absolutely serious, because, man, I'm a competitive person. I would hate to lose to somebody that I could beat on some Andy Ruiz stuff, you know what I mean? Like, because I feel myself before the bell even sounded. So it's good that Errol Spence is taking a look at that with his team and making the adjustments. And the other thing is, I can only tell you my thoughts now. I can't rewrite history or whatever, and I'm giving you my opinion of why it's important to kind of manage your weight and your off-season weight as a fighter. I mean, it kind of goes without saying, but I don't want to come across as like scolding in that situation, because shit, most of us don't have the discipline to do half of what these fighters are doing. But beyond that is, if you were to look at my life, me age 20, 21, and some of these ages where these fighters start touching large sums of money because they got knuckle game and they can scrap, you don't know how you would act. So I will give somebody like Errol Spence, I don't even think he's 30 yet, so he's figuring stuff out, and that's life. Like I said, I would hate to be judged by all the stuff I did from age 20 to 24, if my life was under the spotlight. So you got to live and you learn. I feel like if I knew what I knew about the game and the hustle and YouTube and online marketing and diversifying, if I had all the knowledge that I had when I was 18 that I have now, then I'll be maybe even a billionaire, but definitely a millionaire. You see what I'm saying? So you got to go through trials in life, and you got to go through things and learn for yourself. And it's good for Errol Spence. The great thing that he got is he got resources. He has a great team. He has Al Heyman, and he has the mindset of a winner. He just got to, tighten up on the off-season weight. Just because you kick it with rap. See, and this is with fighters. This is another problem is fighters historically have always had a rap music, hip-hop music, or just music in general, but rap and hip-hop has always been synonymous with boxing. You see pictures of Mike Tyson. I'm so ecstatic. There's no one like me. No one can match me. My style is impetuous. Mike Tyson and my favorite rapper of all time, Tupac Shakur. You've seen pictures like that. Floyd Mayweather walking out with Lil Wayne and stuff, and Lil Wayne was dropping mad singles and things like that. So that's always been a part of boxing, seeing the stars come out, and also entertainers, but particularly hip-hop music and rap and the culture and stuff. I seen that Gervonta's fight. When I went to the Tank's fight, it was nuts in Atlanta. Shout out to the A. It was absolutely bonkers. Everybody was out. I seen Shaquille O'Neal. I talked to Shaquille O'Neal. Like, what the hell? This is just crazy. It's a crazy journey for everybody. But one thing fighters got to realize is you're an entertainer in your own right, but your entertainment requires discipline. So, like Broner, I remember Broner was on the All Access with Floyd Mayweather, and he was, I don't know if he was at 35 at the time, or I think he might have been at 35, or he was just moving up to 47, and he looked way bigger than Floyd. He was like way bigger than Floyd. Like, damn boy, what you been eating? And then like hit him on the stomach or something. What you been eating? And at that time, Broner had really started bubbling, and his brand was blowing up, and people was messing with him. He was undefeated, I believe, and things were going good, and everything's good when you win him. And he had went on a rap tour with 2 Chainz and T.I. or whoever was out. And you got to remember, as a fighter, you not the rapper. Your entertainment requires, like I said, you to be on point, P's and Q's, at least while you in it. So rappers, they might drink every night, at a show or something like that. That don't mean a fighter can do it. So if you're around that, that's why you better off locking. That's why fighters go to the mountains and the Ozarks and all this stuff to get away for training camp. Because as a fighter, and I think that's what some of these young fighters, the young generation of fighters, are missing. That temptation is a motherfucker, man. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Temptation is a motherfucker. And some people don't know how to separate that burning desire and temptations and the things we lust for from what they need to be doing. Trust me. I mean, even like I can say for me, man, if y'all spend a day with me, I'm a fucking beast, man. I'm a beast. Like I get my shit done. Like, let's say for a fight week, people couldn't hang. And while people are after the fight and stuff, I'm uploading content. That's the life of a YouTuber. Everybody's else, oh, you coming to this after party, boom, 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 boom. Nah, man, I get something to eat and go back to the hotel, do a live stream for y'all, upload content. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm working, I'm grinding. So if I can have that type of grind as a YouTuber, then what you think of these fighters getting $1 million? So that's just how I see it. But like I said, I have heard people say Terrence Crawford could Terrence Crawford could beat Errol Spence, really based on this discipline separation. They think Crawford is more disciplined. I don't know. Me personally, Crawford, I rate him. Errol Spence, I rate him. I don't know who's going to win. Y'all might as well just stop asking me that, because I don't know. I don't know who's going to win. All I know is let's see it. It's an awesome fight. I definitely want to see it. It's a great fight. I really don't know. And, if I knew, I'll tell you. But I really don't know who would win that one. But if one fighter, if 2 people are raw, 2 people are good, it's going to be those little minute differences. Like, okay, this fighter was eating better and had no cheat days. This fighter didn't skip no runs, put all his miles in. This fighter went to sleep. Those are the things that separate you. I learned a lot from the Black Mamba, both of them, but this instant, Kobe Bryant. And he said, like, a lot of kids, they practice basketball for an hour and a half a week. He said, that's not enough. He said, I practice multiple hours per day, per week. You know, he said, I'll be practicing 6 days a week. And he says, I keep stacking and overlapping. And then, you know, year upon year, if you keep doing this every single day, that stuff add up. And he said it gets to a point where the kid that's been practicing 1 or 2 times a week, an hour, and you've been practicing 5-6 hours, multiple sessions, maybe longer, every single day for 6 days out of 7, over the years, you're going to create a gap that nobody can keep up with, because you can't regain that. Kobe Bryant was saying you can't regain that in one summer, like a summer camp. You know, there's people who are naturally talented, but how you gonna be better than someone if you're both talented and one person is like ensuring they have all the check boxes checked and you're not, you know? So hopefully Errol Spence keeps his weight down. It's something I wanted to talk about, and it's not just Errol Spence. It's not me targeting Errol Spence. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. But I would like to see the fighters. You're getting $1 million. Life is good. And another reason why I want to see it, I want to see more people leave the sport like Andre Ward. More people leave the sport like Floyd Mayweather. Because when it comes down to it, boxing fans, a lot of them ain't shit. You know, and I say that in the most humble way. But what I mean is, once you out, you out. People go on to the next person. So there's no type of like long-term loyalty. If you're knocking heads off and knocking people out, great, we supporting. And then when you don't, there's a lot of people who's like, and they go off to the next person that's buzzing. You know, they treat it like it's wrestling, WWE, WWF or something. Okay, this fighter's weak now. I like Stone Cold, I like The Rock, they popping, you know. And boxing is cruel like that. And I'm not saying this how I act. I'm not saying that. I'm saying boxing fans as a whole, especially in this digital age where social media and people want information quick and typing and all this keyboard warrior stuff. So we'll see. I like Errol Spence's sincerity, honesty, and I like the fact that he said he's going to try to keep his weight down. You know, let me know what you guys think. Drop that in the comment section. I had to hit y'all with this video. We unpack. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.